Hello viewers, welcome back. This is going to be a war video here. Got some requests for voiceover, so let's go ahead and give that a try. Maybe it'll make the watching these a little bit more enjoyable. So first fight here we got Dark Phoenix versus Penny Parker. So the trick here is basically when you do more than whatever percent of damage that rage node said, she'll get glance. So Dark Phoenix does most of her damage with these Nova Flames that don't require hitting the defender. So even if I get glance, this matchup's fine. So it's good assignment here. You'll notice that I'm hitting into the sync shield after auto block, like not very smart person would do, because it's just draining my power and just making this take longer, because I'm not able to get as many flames up. So there I go again. That's pretty dumb. Especially when the Nova Flame's up there, I could take down the shield pretty quick by just hitting block. I kind of wasn't totally paying full attention here. We're already up pretty big at this point, and this season is kind of a silly one in some ways. So not an excuse. Probably should have played this better, but you'll see at this point I kind of focus on that shield more. But it's pretty much somewhat of a slow and steady matchup here. So nothing super exciting. Okay, so there I'm trying to actually pay attention to the sync shield, which is probably the smart thing to do. If it triggers, I want to make sure I'm not draining my power. So you'll notice too, another good part of this matchup is you can just throw special one into the air or even into block, and you'll still get that Nova Flame. Obviously, that's just how Dark Phoenix's kit works. So just kind of, again, slow and steady, hit her block as much as she lets you. Helps take down the shield, and you get that extra block damage. And you'll see now I did get the glancing up here just a second ago, and it really doesn't matter a whole lot. That was probably not the most perfect time to throw a special one, but you also have the Unstoppable, which is a nice safety net. So there's really not a lot of risk here other than the fight. It's just not super fast. Could have been a lot faster than what I did, but there's really not a whole lot that can go wrong here. So there goes that Penny Parker. On to the next fight. So speaking of turning my brain off, I just ranked Nico. I used a 6-star a few times. I kind of had in my head, okay, buff immunity. I knew I wasn't using it for this fight, but I was like, okay, buff immunity. I shouldn't have anything to worry about. Just get special 2. Well, part of the problem with that, I'm saving that pre-fight for another fight. Part of the problem there is I'm like, okay, cool, I just need buff immunity. Wait a second. I shouldn't be getting auto-blocked because of buff immunity. Now I have the special 3, I missed my special 2, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then I realize it's because, she's auto-blocking me, and I'm just thinking, well, buff immunity should be stopping that. I just wasn't really paying attention. That's really just the long and short of it. And I'm also just getting hit constantly by special attacks. So that, I'm probably going to bleed out from this regardless, but, just for good measure, I want to try to just hit an auto block one more time just to make sure that I die here. So again, we're up pretty big here. Not really the end of the world. Doesn't really matter. I wasn't having a deathless season anyway, so whatever. And it's a good lesson to learn there. Then I kind of screwed my head on straight and realized, okay, I'm going to actually pay attention and do the things that you're supposed to do in this fight. So rather than punishing that like an idiot, I'm just going to go ahead and special intercept because that's the right way to do this. And from this point, there isn't... I don't know why that keeps catching me, to be honest. That's not a hard dex at all. But for some reason that first hit caught me a few times here. Really never been hit by that before. So hopefully that doesn't happen anymore. There we go. Finally got the proper dex there. Obviously Nico, pretty powerful character. I'm just gonna go and finish this out with the striker there. So again, not a super great start. I just need to be paying attention. If it was more stakes were on the line there, I'd like to think I would have. So here's a fight that I've done a couple times. Next up here, Nick Fury against Void. So a couple tricky nodes that Void could be placed on, but with Nick Fury, I don't think any of them really matter because you just do so much damage and you got that second line of safety net. So I like to start with the heavy. I usually do a power start 1 here that I just forgot, because with the heavy and then 4 lights and then into this full combo, that could have been a special 2 right there, which like really helps. I'm just really slow on that heavy for some reason. Something else that doesn't usually happen. So I'm just going to get a heavy here, clear as many of those debuffs as I can, drop my block for some unknown reason. But again, it doesn't really matter too much with Nick Fury. Fully boosted up Nick Fury is like even playing about as poorly as you could there. There's not a huge risk. 38 seconds I think that was. So next up here, final fight for this video is going to be Nico against Dark Phoenix. Double check the node. So basically here there's power stings, and I want to try not to throw specials with power stings up. You're going to see that this actually lines up pretty nicely in this video. I did use the pre-fights for this fight. Her special 1 is 5 hits, so it's kind of nice that it really lines up here that right when I'm throwing the special 1, I'm at 10 hits in my combo, which clears the power sting on this node. So as long as I can kind of keep this rhythm up, I kind of don't even have to worry about the power stings at all. Now, even if you throw one here with a power sting, it's not the end of the world. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it's just kind of nice the way that the hits are lining up here, as if Nico needed any help making a fight easier. So this is pretty typical Nico stuff when you're able to use that pre-fight. Just spamming special 1, throwing a heavy in there just because I was getting a little bored. Want to do something a little bit different. And back up to 60 combo there with special 1, and that's pretty much going to be it. So I'm gonna try to see if I can do voiceover on more war videos. I know it makes them a little bit more interesting to watch. So other than that, I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.